Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am looking at the fan favorites. You voted, you submitted, you asked me to look at these routines. And that's what we're gonna do. Now, of course, I could have guessed this would be one of the fan favorites. It's Maddie's Cry solo. This music was a collaboration with Alex Calise. She was a young artist just starting out at the time, and she did this amazing song, and Maddie went and did the video for her too, I believe. Maddie was in her music video. It was Cry, it's beautiful. What I love most about this routine is the costume. The costume, this powder blue and white, is just so clean. It's exquisite on stage. Just a beautiful little girl sweet costume. And the routine was lyrical. It was good. She did a great job. The music, the costume, the choreography, the dancer's technique, all has to work together. It's all combined. It's like math, science, history, English. You gotta do it all. And we did it all right because this was a big winning number. Let's take a look at Maddie doing Cry. Just that sitting pose, you know, with the leg out and the big head roll. Oh, and that's where the little bourrées came in. And her elbows hyperextended, I'm seeing now. I think this routine was the beginning really of that Maddie face, because at the beginning when she does this and then it's, I love that a la seconde, a la seconde, a la seconde to their straight grand jeté. I haven't done that step in a long time. I'm gonna put that into my turns class on Zoom that I teach. I like that. Now the next fan favorite is Nia with Laquifa. And how about Shangela, my friend? Has a television show called We're Here, does appearances all over the world, and just found out is going on tour, is going to have a stage show. And I hope, maybe I might be able to do some choreography for that stage show. Wouldn't that be exciting? Yes. So Shangela came onto this episode and worked with Nia, the death drop. Can you all do the death drop out there? Does everybody know it? Can you all do it? I'm sure. So this was an exciting time. It was a great episode. When we bring people in and it works out, sometimes we bring people in and it doesn't really work out. But Shangela has remained a dear, dear friend, and I wish all the best in the world. Let's take a look at Nia doing Laquifa. This just makes me laugh. It makes me smile. This is the Nia that I know. This is the little girl who's sassy and fun. She has that leopard jumpsuit on. She has the wig. It just works, and it's fun. And she's, what? And right at the beginning, she does a really nice round off back handspring, back handspring. Her legs really aren't together, but from the side, you can't see that. And some nice tricks there. Nice tumbling skills right off the bat. And that's hard with that big wig on, so kudos to you. So at the end of the dance, when she does all that, Holly's face and the audience is just like, I don't know what Holly's doing. She's like something with her hands. I don't know what she thought. But I would say, if I was judging, the one step that Nia didn't get into and she didn't give 100% to is the thrust, double hit, which is Afro-Cuban dancing. And Catherine Dunham, who was the first Black, hugely successful dance teacher, dance company owner, dancer herself, Catherine Dunham, she created the Dunham technique, which I studied. I think Holly in college also studied the Dunham technique. And that is one of the big steps that's in that style of dancing. And that's the only thing Nia didn't really hit big. Otherwise, I thought she was excellent. And it's such a cute number. Next, we have Brooke doing Metamorphosis. This was a routine that was used for the studio in real life. I say that all the time, in real life. And I believe, yes, I'm thinking, Brooke won Junior Miss Dance of Pennsylvania with this routine. And that is a very difficult competition to win. Well, it was back then. It was extremely tough. And you did a solo, and you also took classes in tap, ballet, jazz, and acrobatics. And you were given a score by the judges for each class. So it was a combination of your class technique, your solo, and an interview. Walking in a little business suit, speaking to 5 judges, shaking their hand, looking them in the eye. That was tough to get Brooke to do all that, but she wanted it. Brooke wanted to win that competition. She wanted that crown and that banner, and I was so proud. She did a great job, and this metamorphosis number is what she won with. Now, it had to be cut down for the show because it was too long, but still, I'm glad it was a fan favorite because it was one of my favorites too. The camera is so bad on this routine. She did a nice round off, back layout. Legs could have been a little straighter, but.
Handstand on stage, and my shoulder popped out again. I just kept dancing.
The camera angles are just so bad. I wish I had the videotapes up of the real numbers from our recital. If you could see Brooke dance then without, the cameras jumping from backstage, on stage, from the audience, looking at the moms, videotaping me, and just see the number as it is, I'm gonna get them out there. I own the rights to all of those recital DVDs, so I just have to get them onto a computer and get them up and get them out there so that you kids can see this stuff the way it really should be shot. All right, fan favorite, Chloe, Dream on a Star. Chloe doing Dream on a Star. Everybody thinks there's an issue with Chloe. No, the little girl that started at my studio that did this fabulous routine, I Want to Be a Rockette, that won Petite Miss Dance, no problem with that kid, no. Chloe had a hard time comprehending the choreography because I think all this stuff with her mother and the fighting, I think it got to her. So Chloe's routine, Dream on a Star, let's check it out. Hush and I don't speak. This is just the start. She has a gorgeous navy blue sequin costume on with a big rhinestone, real rhinestone star appliques on the costume, and that beautiful turn. She does a triple outside, turned out, beautiful. She has a lovely technique. Chloe is pleasing to the eye. When you watch her, she looks like a dancer, and she's built like a dancer. She's tall and thin and long legs. So to me, I think she has a certain appeal to people, and she looks great on stage. I don't know how she fared in this number, but to me, this would have been a high score. Now we're back to Maddie again with another lyrical routine, and this is called Angel, and it's from season 1. You are my life, a shining light, these things I've learned. It's strange, to see her as a little kid. You think back to all those numbers that she did, and she grew and she became better and she became stronger and she had cleaner technique as time went on. She was in the studio learning, working hard, technique, new turns, new tricks, new jumps, day after day after day. That's what made her a better dancer. What Maddie always had going for her was the ability to pick up quick, to get it, to know the counts, the musicality. That was in her favor. Next up, Nia's Working Girl solo from season 2.
Sitting in the audience, I know Nia just forgot the dance.
Holly tells us right off the bat, Nia forgot the solo. She picked it back up. She got back on the music. Kids forget, and it happens to the best. It does. And you have to keep going because the show must go on. That's where that came from. I mean, come on, that's where that statement came from. The show must go on. So you don't want to run off the stage. You don't want to cry in the wings. You don't want to do all that drama. You want to just make something up on your own, keep going, boom. Now this, unfortunately, is where I see Nia's feet, and they're just not pointed, they're not stretched. So I know it's a fan favorite. I like the Working Girl number, I love the music, but got to get those feet. It's a dance competition. You have to get those feet pointed and stretched and in the right place at all times. That's what being a dancer is. And this song, Working Girl, This is Shangela's song, because you know right away when you hear the hallelujah that it's Shangela. So thank you once again, Shangela, for sharing your music with us. It wasn't in the record library that the network had to deal with. You had to give it to us free of charge, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Mackenzie's Lemonade solo. This is darling. She's cute. She's spunky. This is a sassy little costume, and I love it. I mean, this costume makes this number. I remember telling her that she better nail this because that costume was way too good to be using for 1 or 2 minutes on a television show. It is fabulous. Lemonade. It's tart, if you get my drift. Let's watch her. The straw coming out of her head. I forgot about the straw. So she does round off back tuck. It could have been a little cleaner, but she's really high. She nails it. You hear everyone in the audience scream. Tricks, people. Tricks get applause. I've heard judges say this, and I've heard dance teachers say it too. Oh, it's all tricks. Oh, we don't want a routine of just all tricks. Well, then what do you have? A routine of all transitions? Come on. Audiences like the tricks. You hear it. And when you're a dancer on stage and you get that feedback from the audience, they clap, you know that you nailed it, and it gives Mackenzie a little push for the next section of the dance. All right, and I can see myself doing hip, 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 tinsaka, and hip, 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 hip. Those were the days. Chloe Silence, season 2. This was the big national dance competition, and at the very last second, I put that tape over her mouth. I thought everybody was going to lose their minds. That's when her mother knew. Her mother knew that I was good and I was right and I knew what I was doing for that child. Christy always had a lot to say about everything. But when I put that tape on her mouth, there was no discussion. Well, no real discussion. Maybe for camera, maybe they told her to say something. Maybe they said, oh my God, you have to flip out on Abby because of that. But for real, I saw her face and there was complete trust. The costume is just breathtaking. She has the blue, there's different shades of blue on a blonde. Come on, Chloe looks great in this number. That tape comes off right at the beginning, so it was fine for her to dance in. But she just really looks like a dancer. I love her doing this number. The next fan favorite is Kendall's Kiss. Woof, let's check it out. Kendall doing Kiss Kiss. All right, I don't know why she was in purple, but it works for her. This top was actually lips across the top of the costume. It was 3-dimensional. It had, like, I don't know, some kind of batting in it that made it puffy, you know? So she had the lips there. It's cute. And you start to see the trademark steps. So Kendall's pirouette, unlike Chloe, she's in coupe at the ankle. And that becomes a little bit of a signature for her. And those are the steps that we give her over and over because she does them and she does them well. Same thing with Chloe, with the hands at the waist, turned out in a high pirouette. So you kids out there that are super fans of the show, thank you so, so much for watching. However, those kids out there that are super fans of the show, and thank you so much for watching, but you know these steps and you can key in on those signature moves. And the reason we did that is because we only had this much time to teach these kids, sometimes 2 hours, an hour on Wednesday, an hour on Thursday, that's it. Friday we were on the bus and we were gone. Saturday they were out on that stage competing brand new numbers. So we had to use steps that they did really well. If a child was in my studio not on television, we would take time and I would give them some crazy or interesting or unrecognizable turn and make them work on it week after week, month after month until it was perfected. We didn't have that kind of time. So we just had to go with what worked. Thank you so much for watching Fan Favorites, Season 1 and 2, Solos. And please comment below on what you want to see next. Thank you so very much again for watching and subscribe. like, turn on my post notifications, and kiss, kiss to you.